Hi and welcome. Thanks for checking in. It's Davenport Crocker at Coldwell Banker. Today's Thursday, February the 3rd, and today I thought I would touch on something that's affecting all of our businesses right now. It has been for the last 24 months, and I think it'll continue for the balance of 2011, and that's short sales. And specifically, we'll recap very quickly some of the tools or resources we have in the way of helping you with information about short sales, specifically as it applies to working with sellers. So short sales, arguably one of the worst named transactions in the history of mankind. There's nothing short about short sales. We all know that now. Short sales can take up to 6 to 8 months. There can be a real lack of communication back from financial institutions who were desperately waiting to hear from, and there can be a real challenge to the patience of all clients and brokers involved in the transaction. The mindset that it takes to work with sellers is one of being able to be patient, be willing to listen to the problems and challenges that a seller is facing, and then to be the director or the person who provides guidance as to where to get the answers that they seek and need to make good and informed decisions on their own behalf. A really great recommendation for any seller facing a short sale situation is to get them in touch with a very strong attorney who's had experience not just in real estate conveyance, but specifically success at helping to get short sales accomplished, approved, and closed. This is a really important component of the process. Let's take a look at some of the forms and documents that we have on the point that can help you to get through this process in an easy and streamlined manner.
We find ourselves on the point where we then in the middle section here see real estate. We can change real estate to any department within the company, but in this particular case we'll change it to legal. If we scroll down through legal, we'll find down here a link for mass legal forms. Please make sure you haven't clicked on main legal forms. Click on mass legal forms. Once you've opened up the forms window, you'll notice that seller forms are listed on the left-hand side of the page, buyer forms are on the right-hand side of the page. At the top, you'll find an open box. Sometimes on some browsers it's referred to as find. In this particular case, it's called search. Type in the words short, and that will take you to the section of the forms that deals with short sales. In this particular case, since we're working with the sellers and talking about working with sellers today, we'll be focusing on these forms on this side of the page. There are additional forms that you can look at in here. We're going to focus on just a couple today. The first form is the Sales Associate Sale Listing Guide. This has been written especially for you as an agent. This is not to be given to a client, but this helps to give you a basic understanding of the short sale process. This is not to replace what could be a 2-hour course on understanding all the nuances of the short sale process, but this 2-page document will give you a lot of the background information, and even if you've taken that course, this will provide for you a nice refresher of the process and what short sales are all about. The Seller's Estimated Net Proceeds form allows you to work with a form to add and subtract out all of the value of the property and subtract out all of the debts that the particular seller may be carrying, and to see whether or not the property is in a short sale situation. There's also a seller's short sale information form that's not that different than this sales associate form, but this is a great document to be able to have with you to provide to a seller, or even to provide to a seller who may ask you about what is a short sale or how do I know how to work through a short sale. The definition, the process, all the parts, how they know whether they've been approved, how long it's going to take, and what they should be disclosing to prospective buyers and brokers, and then of course how they get started. All this is contained in again, this is not all inclusive, but it is meant to be an overview to give people basic information about the short sale process. We also have in here a short sale addendum to exclusive right to sell agreement. This is used in concert with our existing exclusive right to sell agreement, our standard listing form. This document contains additional language which helps to clarify and provide an understanding for how we will work to represent our clients through the short sale process. There is also for you as an agent a short sale listing paperwork checklist. This document is just to stay in the folder. It's for you to utilize to make sure that you've got the appropriate documentation to work in the short sale process and to have the fewest delays throughout the process. Short sale listing paperwork checklist can be very helpful. And then there's also a sale information and documentation checklist for the seller. This just helps them to be able to compile the information that they're going to need when they work with their bank or lender, and there are place for additional information or documents if you know that they're going to need them during the process. So please utilize last one form you'll want to take a look at and understand, and probably also make sure you've provided to the seller at the beginning of the short sale process, is the addendum regarding necessity of approval from the seller's creditors or lenders. And this is an addendum which you would want to utilize on behalf of our seller client, and it would become part of any offer that the seller is considering accepting. This would go back with that offer to the buyer for inclusion in the offer process. This is what actually helps us to present and understand and help the buyer understand the scenario of the short sale.
Now that we've kind of covered some of the materials we have at our disposal to help us get through the short sale process and to help our seller client be better informed, we might ask ourselves, why would a seller go through a short sale? And the answer to that is that they may never want to, but this may be the best financial choice or best financial solution to the problem that they face. Having some of this information may help you to be better prepared to operate as a professional, to help counsel your sellers to find their way through what is invariably a very, very challenging financial situation for them. Short sale will always be a better option than foreclosure for a number of reasons, including the damage that a foreclosure does to someone's credit for a very lengthy period of time. As a final reminder, I always recommend help your clients to get in contact with not just a really great real estate attorney, but someone who's had experience at success in dealing with short sales and specifically in helping to negotiate with banks to get the deal done. It's not an easy thing to work through, but it is a mainstay of the marketplace today. I encourage you to work with your sellers, and good luck through the process. If you have questions or other thoughts or concerns about the short sale process, feel free to reach out to me. You can always email me at davenport.crocker@newenglandmoves.com. And I wish you the very best. Have a great day, and we'll cover the buyer side of the short sale business sometime in the near future. Thanks. Take care.